Greetings everybody, I am the Soviet Warlord and today I am bringing you another episode of Space Engineers. I am very pleased to tell you all that the ship is almost completed. Now does this not look pretty good for a converted ship? I still haven't named it yet, but look at the size of this gun. It is fully remote control and damn does it fire some big rounds. This thing is going to be beautiful for taking out larger ships. I am really eager to try this ship out and I am so pleased. This is legitimately the first big ship I've ever managed to build and I repurposed it. So we've got an air vent in here which is going to become an airlock. I may remove this interior light and put a control panel down or something just to be able to depressurize it with a switch, if that's possible of course. There's an air vent in here so that I can fill up. Wait, I closed that door. Ah, okay. So they are working. I can depressurize these. That's perfect. So up here on the bridge is not quite finished. It's got one console. The oxygen generator is here. I've deliberately put it facing the other way so that we don't have the really ugly clutter on the front. I can still control it using the, well, I can use it doing the cockpit, but I can also fill it from here. I don't have any ice, so I would show you. Can I do it with that? Yeah, I can't actually demonstrate that, but I can use that from here. There's a cargo container just over the entrance, so this will supply my gun, the main 300mm cannon. I need to... no, I can't plug that. That's literally just going to have to stay as it is. So there's a very slight sort of exposure on my pipes here. I could potentially get around that by filling in this space where this pipe is and putting in a conveyor here and circumventing it. Here is the main switch, the main conveyor for the two rocket guns at the front, which I can connect. I actually did manage to find the space for a large reactor. I was quite concerned because I did not think I would have the space to install one, and I'm pretty sure this ship is going to need a large reactor. I'm not too comfortable about having a large reactor or my main source of power at the front of the ship, but I figure pretty much every side of this, minus the thrusters, is going to be heavy armour, so it's going to be pretty difficult to get to. Though that being said, I do plan to pad this out a little bit, so if anything does penetrate the outside armour, it won't get inside and damage the ship. I've got a medical room under here, so I can actually respawn in this area, which is nice. That still needs filling. I want to put a beacon in this ship, but I don't quite know where I'm going to put it yet. And I think what I'm going to do is put the pipe work in and see how it goes from there, because I may have to just work around it. Right, I'm going to need a conveyor junction and I'm going to need the pipes. So let's take a look. What do I need to put down a conveyor tube? Though then again I need a conveyor junction here to supply both the reactor and the gun. So I need interior plates. Right, let me grab some materials and we'll start laying the foundation here. Bear with me. I'll be back in 1 second with the materials we need. Just another thing to note here, I used so many metal grids and so many thruster components putting this ship together that I've actually completely exhausted my nickel supply. I've actually had to go and mine another lot. On top of that, where my platinum was, over by the gold deposit, I've actually completely exhausted that mining deposit, so I actually need to seek a new source. So that's quite interesting. I've never actually exhausted an entire spot before. But I had about 700 to 800 platinum ingots. I now have 13. So that's in desperate need. Magnesium, I'm going to be using a ton of that to supply my guns, so I'm probably going to need to do another run of that. Luckily the other materials I've done a run for recently, I've used nearly 250 tons of iron, which is always quite magnificent, the amount I've used here. It's a private sale, that's fine. So let's go up to the top level and sort out my piping here. Right, is this? I thought that was light armour for a second there. Okay, so I want a conveyor junction here, because to make the ship a little bit safer, I'm going to reroute this pipe here. That's going to have to be replaced before I put the tube in. Pipes. Right, I need another conveyor junction here. I will need another junction here. And I will need one here as well. Right, so let's have a curved tube, like so. Then the other conveyor junction there, which will then give me a pipe upwards to that. So this pipe needs to be sawed out and replaced with a straight tube. What am I doing? Home, that's what I need to press. There we go. And I'll weld that in place just so it's fire and forget. Then I need one pipe going from here to here. Now I don't know whether to add a second container here just for general storage, but I can now supply the reactor and all of my guns, which is nice. Now I could potentially put something else on the side here. I also can't forget to build gyroscopes. If I don't build any gyroscopes, this ship ain't going to be turning anywhere. So there's still a few things to do. The antenna. Don't know whether to build that outside the ship. There probably isn't much space. I could build it on the front, but building it on the front just makes it an easy target to just shoot the crap out of me, so I'm not really keen to build an antenna. I may just settle for a beacon. Besides, the ship will be visible for 50 kilometres. I can always mark it if I'm going to be further than that. I did not know a Gatling gun was for a small ship only. Never mind. Hydrogen tank. I need to make sure I'm filled with hydrogen before I leave, I suppose. Surveillance cameras, probably don't need those at all. Maglocks. I heard maglocks are really good, but I don't know how they work. Yeah, I need to label the ship as well. But as far as I can tell, there isn't that much in the way of stuff to add anymore. Need to add some ceiling lights potentially. Those doors look pretty nice, but not at the moment. Yeah, I think the ship is pretty much exactly where it needs to be. Right, I'm going to fill this pipe work in, so bear with me. I'm going to go get the materials, fill this in, because you don't want to see me do runs back and forth. And I will see you guys in a few moments. So, 1 second. Okay, we are almost finished. So I've put in the large reactor with so many trips back and forth for the reactor components. Running completely idle, I've put in 1,000 pieces of uranium. This ship can officially stay idle for 71 days, which I think is a tad small for the amount of uranium I've put in. 72 days. I still need to put my gyroscopes in, I must not forget that. That being said, I am about to rip off the left side of this ship because I just straight up don't need it. But 39 thrusters, that's due to change as soon as I get rid of the back here. I still think I need a few extra guns on this ship. Possibly on the sides, because at the moment all of my firepower is facing forwards. I also need to patch this ceiling in, because that looks kind of annoying. I need to furnish this place as well, but that's gonna come later. Now my gyroscopes, I'm not massively comfortable again having them right in plain view here. I could technically put a line of gyroscopes here and it wouldn't make that much of a difference. I also want to put an antenna on the back of the ship, and just in case things get hairy and I lose it, I want to put a beacon inside the ship which I can switch on in case of an emergency. So there's still a few things I need to do before this ship is combat worthy. So yeah, if I put some guns on this autocannon can shoot pretty much a 180-degree arc, probably a bit more, probably 200 degrees. But when it comes to the back of the ship, I'm a sitting duck. So I may want to put a couple of twin-linked guns on these, for instance, just to cover my back. Maybe put them on automatic, because I mean this thing here is like a battering ram that will take out anything up front. I can also auto load it as well, so that's fine with me. So let's get us a antenna going. So, oh, steel plates. They must have fallen off from something else I unwelded. Okay, so we need some pieces here. That'll do. Right, so this gives me an idea in that I can simply rip up this beacon here. Ooh, that's heavy. Right. Yeah, the beacon uses more or less identical components to the antenna, so I can just rip this whole thing out and I can use this. Besides, it's on the side of the ship I'm not going to be using ever again. That music scared me for a moment. Azimuth antenna. Now I haven't actually named this ship yet, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Yeah, azimuth antenna. What does this control? Broadcast route. Only 50,000 meters. Large ship 8190. Yeah, let me toggle that off. Thank you. Argentivus Mark 1-2 no factory. What's that about? I don't have an Argentivus. Oh well. So yeah, my victory is over there. Not much to do now, and then the ship will be completed. So we have our antenna. I've ripped off the beacon, that's fine. If I broke this off, this might float away and cause damage to something else, so I don't really want to cut it off just yet. But I need to put some guns on here. So let me have a look through the armaments here, and I'll see what I can do. Right, bear with me. And we are done. We are done. Completely finished. I have severed the waist on the side of this ship. That's okay. So I've severed the waist on the side of this ship. So there's no extra carriage. It is now looking like a space tank. I mean, look at this shit. There's the antenna there. Thrusters. It's got a massive gun. I've also installed a vulcan cannon down here, so that if I want to capture a ship alive, I'd rather not completely obliterate it with the two rockets and the massive broadside gun. So I've got a Vulcan for if needs must. all of course manually controlled from the cockpit. So inside I've set up a lot of furniture here which I plan to build. Let me get to this. There's quite a few here. Some shelves, which looks pretty good. Some decoration. A pool table, because why not? That takes quite a lot of energy. Kitchen sink, a cooker, a coffee machine, because everyone needs coffee in the morning, even me. Can't decide on what to do around this side yet, because that's where the air vent is. Can't really place anything. And up here in the cockpit, now I've made some modifications. I've got a bunk bed here because, you know, pilot's got to sleep. These are fully functional as well. But here is one of the computers. I'm not going to have enough computers to do all of this, but I'm going to put in what I can. Go. Okay, so I need interior plates, displays and computers. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let me go and get those components. Oh my god, I'm so excited. The ship has been completed. I've padded out the front with everything. The Vulcan cannon there is also fully connected and integrated with a conveyor, so I don't have to worry about any of that. Where is my... I need to make more computers. Didn't realise how many computers they needed. I think I'm going to need to make some more displays as well, so I'll get right on that. Displays. That's perfect. Interior plates, I need a few of those. Don't actually have any displays in here. No, it looks as though I'm fresh out of those. Oh no, I've got some here. So that's some displays there. Those are the cannon shells for my my main auto cannon, so I'm really looking forward to testing that out. It is slow firing, and these things cost an absolute dump load of magnesium. I mean, I'm going to use the HE versions, but 5 pieces of magnesium per shell. You know, that's 500, 100 of those, I think. Yeah, 100 of those, and you've used half of a ton of magnesium, so it's not going to be that easy. There they are. There's my computers. I'll take the displays. Yeah, let's go and patch it up. Alright, up in here. I'm going to put in some catwalk plates, I think, to sort of neaten this area up a little bit as well. Make it look a bit nicer. There we go, that's the displays, computers and displays here. Computers and displays, computers and displays. There we go, this is our cockpit. Now this looks fancy. That being said, I need to put something over here. It's looking a bit bland. So I need to put in some armour plates at the top. This is beautiful. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's missing some lights. Let me just get back some heavy armour. Yeah, so I need some more steel plates and grids. I'll tell you what, I got some really good components out of salvaging that waste side. I'm telling you. So let's see, I'm sure I've got some more metal grids. And I have to do them in sets of 3 in order to fill up my inventory correctly. So 80 more of those and fill the rest of my inventory with plating. I'm not seriously out of plates. Yes, indeed it looks like I am. That's fine. While that one goes ahead, I'm just going to tear off some more plates from this, this lovely mining carriage. I've no idea why they left these half built when the ship was designed. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I did not expect that. That's good. All the components will just drop down to Earth. That's good. Bank all of those. I should have just ripped the thruster components off of this, to be honest, but I'm not that smart. So that cockpit's looking quite weird without that that top layer in. So let's add this. I also want to see if I can get a light installed because this room is looking a bit too dark for my taste. So put that together. That's looking a bit more well-rounded. But I still need 3 more blocks. 3 more blocks. That's 300 metal grids and another dump load of steel plates. That's a mining carriage overhead, that's fine. So if we get Argenta, this is when I'm going to be quite concerned because the guns aren't loaded. I've been very lucky, I haven't actually had any Argentavises try and attack me yet, so touch wood I don't get those anytime soon. 50 of those please. Then that'll be the cockpit completed. Then it's just literally going to be cosmetics, really. 1 and 2. That's it. Put that in there. And I think that's everything. Yeah, all those gaps over there are plugged. I'm going to put a couple of catwalk plates probably here just to hide that because that looks a bit unsightly with all those pipes in there. I've put an azimuth cargo container in here because they carry a lot more resources than a regular container. So yeah, this is the ship, and I think this is where I'm going to leave you guys. So thank you very much for tuning in. I am so excited to take this ship out for a test run. I mean, look at this thing, it's amazing. I am totally going to load those guns off camera, or we are going to go and destroy something next time we're in, I'm telling you. So until then, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you in the next episode. We are going to go pirating. Alright guys, have a good one. See you later.